afternoon, amigos, from Mexico City, but not for long because today
is a travel day, and it's a good thing you're watching because we, the Kinetic Kennons, Greg and Hillary, are the foremost experts. That's right, I said experts in how not to travel Mexico. Today we're talking about mistakes and things to avoid when traveling Mexico.
Let's do this. Mistake number one we have made probably maybe hundreds of times is checking a bag. This is the line at just one of the airlines here at the Mexico City airport to check a bag. For some reason, checking a bag is one of the most painful experiences in Mexico. So by all means, if you can avoid
traveling Mexico.
If you can avoid it, just carry on. That said, if you have to check a bag and you're flying domestically within Mexico, we choose Interjet just because bags fly free.
Mistake number two, never wear huaraches and socks at the same time.
Greg.
But always travel in comfort, and huaraches and socks are really comfortable for me, so I don't know what to do. Now, the flip side to the terrible wait times and long lines for checking a bag with the Mexican Airlines is that at security in Mexican airports is extremely easy. We went through in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So any time that's spent checking a bag is kind of saved with the security process, which I would also say if you're not checking a bag, well, we need to see what our flight is. If we're not checking a bag, get to the airport no earlier than
45 minutes
45 minutes max.
It gives time for like a 40-minute nap.
Mexico travel mistake, using the Mexico City airport. It's the worst airport in the world. It's not a political statement. This has nothing to do with AMLO and the referendum. It's just not a good airport, right?
It's not a good airport.
That's it. Just half joking, half trolling.
Half being serious.
But it's not a good airport. But when you're traveling somewhere that you literally cannot get to by bus, sometimes Mexico City airport is a requirement. Now, okay, traveling Mexico mistakes. I think the biggest mistake most people make is not traveling Mexico.
Boom!
Boom, I think a lot of people, for the news and for whatever reasons, are very timid about traveling Mexico. I would say even among people that have been to Mexico before, maybe been to Cancun, maybe been to Vallarta, maybe you're retiring in San Miguel de Allende, I still think there is this hesitance among people that live to travel within Mexico and to get to know Mexico because maybe you don't, it's just different, you feel comfortable in your little area and that feels safe. But I would say, I mean, we've traveled central Mexico, traveled on the Yucatan, we've traveled through the Baracas, the Cobre. There's a lot of places we haven't been to in Mexico, but throughout all of our travels, I'm having to shout over this guy.
Breaking a sweat.
Throughout all of our travels, I mean, we felt pretty safe the entire time, right? Whether it be bus, taxi, Uber, airplane.
Plane, trains, and automobiles. Trains, we have to get the train.
If you're not traveling Mexico, for whatever reason, you're making a huge mistake. Huge. Huge.
Our third mistake, we almost missed our plane today. We heard our name. Anytime you hear your name over the intercom in an airport, however, we are on a bus, so I'm not quite sure. We thought we were taking a plane today, but we're on a bus, and
it should be tricky to get there.
To give it away, it would be a rather long and difficult ride.
So the mistake being that you can avoid, do not vlog and try and eat in the Mexico City airport, just having a grand old time while it's 10 minutes before your flight.
Boarded the bus.
That is by far the closest we've ever come to missing a flight.
It's supposed to take off in 6 minutes.
Para desabroncharlo, solo levante la parte superior del seguro.
We have made it to our destination. We're gonna try and do some rapid fire mistakes slash tips for traveling in Mexico. Huge one, half pesos, pay in pesos, not dólares, not dolaritos.
Yeah, sometimes you'll be quoted in dollars depending on where you're traveling to in Mexico. And for example, the exchange rate we were just given about 10 seconds before this is 200 pesos or $20. And
not a good exchange rate.
Not a good exchange rate.
Definitely favorable to have pesos with you.
Ask to pay in pesos.
Yes. Another tip I would say is if you feel comfortable doing this, do not exchange your dollars at the airport. Exchange dollars like at your Wells Fargo, well, don't use Wells Fargo, at your bank back in the States, and you'll usually get a much better rate than you can get at the airport. If you feel comfortable traveling with, you know, a couple $100s with you in pesos, which I would feel comfortable doing that. A very important one when you're traveling at airports, this is very important. Only get taxis from like certified taxi spots. Yep. A lot of times there'll be people outside where they're at a bus station. I guess it depends on the size of the bus station or the airport really, but like Mexico City, don't get a taxi from the guys just yelling taxi and they've got a car sitting there that doesn't even look like a taxi.
Always use the authorized stand.
Yes, at the airport we usually use Uber in Mexico City, but another tip, like some airports in Mexico really allow Ubers to come in and pick you up. Others, you'll get an Uber and then the Uber will get close and call and say that he couldn't come in because he's afraid of the taxis.
500 meters away.
Now this one has never really been an issue for us, but I think it's something you should keep in mind when traveling, really regardless whether that's in Mexico or not. But know your hotel slash Airbnb check-in time. Let's say you arrive to your destination at 8 a.m. Well, a lot of places will not let you check in early.
Until 3 or so, but you can usually always leave your bag. Usually at a hotel or an Airbnb, a lot of times we've had luck with that, but
you can.
I do think knowing your check-in time is key.
If it's an Airbnb, just go ahead and tell them, hey, we're checking in early, what can we do? Maybe they can work something out. They usually can if you give them a heads up. And a hotel, the same, but we always like to be prepared. Okay, if they say we can't hold our bags, that means walking around the city with our bags. What are we gonna do? Kind of what's the game plan? I feel like if you have a plan, it makes it less frustrating if something doesn't quite go your way. Alright, we have made it to our destination. Some of you that are paying attention can tell where we're at. We have been here before, though it was only for one video, so I don't really feel like that was fair. Plus we have we had kind of a special reason to be here.
We got friends.
Amigos, that is all we have for you. Until next time.
Have us do more, be more.
I didn't think that elevator was gonna work.